Most people think airport security stops you only if you're doing something wrong, but that's not true. Sometimes, you can follow every rule, carry legal items, and still get pulled aside. That I learned this the hard way. On one trip, I watched 5 different travelers get stopped at airport security, one after another. None of them were criminals. None of them were suspicious. But each of them made one small mistake. By the time you finish this story, you'll know exactly what those mistakes were and how to avoid them. At the airport, I thought the airport was crowded that day. Families, business travelers, tourists rushing to gates. Security lines were long, and officers were moving fast. I was waiting near the screening area when I noticed something strange. People weren't being stopped randomly. There was a pattern, and once I noticed it, I couldn't unsee it. Mistake number 1. I didn't pack it myself. The first traveler was a middle-aged man. When the officer asked, "Did you pack your bag yourself?" he casually replied, "My wife packed most of it." The officer didn't argue. He didn't react emotionally. He simply raised his hand. The bag was pulled aside. The man was escorted for extra screening at airports. This sentence is a red flag. If you didn't pack your own bag, you can't confirm what's inside. And uncertainty is treated as risk. Mistake number 2. Legal item. Wrong. Next was a young woman. Her bag went through the scanner and stopped. Inside was something completely legal. A power bank. But it was too large. She argued politely, saying, "It's allowed. I checked online." The officer nodded and still stopped her. Why? Because some items are allowed only under specific limits. If it's borderline, security doesn't debate. They inspect. Mistake number 3. Joking at Sarawak. Then came the mistake people never take seriously. A traveler joked. When asked if he had anything sharp, dangerous, or prohibited, he laughed and said, "Only my bad luck." Silence. No smiles. No laughter. Jokes don't translate well at airport security. Officers are trained to treat humor as nervous behavior, deflection, or lack of seriousness. That joke earned him a secondary check. Mistake number 4. Too much explaining. The fourth traveler did something many people do when they're nervous. He explained too much. Simple questions received long answers. Where are you going? Why? For how long? Every answer came with extra details, unnecessary details. That makes officers wonder, why are you trying so hard to explain? Confidence is short. Truth is simple. The over-explaining raises suspicion. Mistake number 5. Looking confused about your own bag. The last one surprised me the most. A traveler was asked about an item in his bag. He paused, looked confused, and said, "I think it's just cables. I'm not sure." That pause was enough. Security. Hesitation looks like uncertainty, and uncertainty gets attention. The bag was opened, items tested, time wasted. The pattern, I finally so it's when it clicked. Airport security doesn't stop people because they're guilty. They stop people because they're unclear. The 5 biggest triggers are not packing your own bag, carrying legal items, incorrectly joking, over-explaining, sounding unsure. None of these are crimes, but all of them invite inspection. Here's the rule. Airlines don't explain clearly. Security looks for confidence, clarity, and control. If you sound unsure, act casual, or treat it lightly, you become interesting. And at airport security, being interesting is bad before your next flight. Remember this. You don't need to break the law to get stopped at an airport. You just need to make one small mistake. Pack your own bag. Know what you're carrying. Answer clearly. Don't joke. Don't explain more than asked. Do that, and you'll walk through security smoothly. Before you fly, watch carefully.